Hello, this is Mrs. Ross, and this is Lesson 76, Practice Set and Start Problems. Just kind of as an aside, I'm recording this on my computer with the computer microphone, so I don't know if you can hear me or if you hear everything else that's happening in the house. So I apologize in advance. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this says simplify each complex fraction. I'm going to take this down here. And what we have to do first is we have to popcorn this. So let's do that. So we have 2 times 37 plus 1. So 75. So what I have is 75 over 2 divided by 100 over 1. Another way to write this would be divided by 100 over 1. I'm going to keep change flip. So my 75 over 2 remains. This changes to multiply, and then I have 1 over 100. If I multiply this out, I get 75 over 200. I'm going to divide by 25. I get 3 over, 200 divided by 70 equals 8. So I get 3 8s, and that's my answer. Alright, so if you don't intuitively already know how to do this, you're going to need to write this down in your spiral or on a sheet of paper. So here we have 12 divided by 5/6, which is equal to 12 over 1 divided by 5 over 6. We're going to keep change flip. So I have 12 over 1. Change the the divide to multiply, flip this one. And then I have 6 times 12, which is 72 over 5. 5 goes into 72 not evenly. I get 14 and 4/10, which is 14 and 2/5. And you are going to need to reduce. Let's go ahead and do C. I'm going to choose a different color. This is just division. This is just dividing fractions. So I have 2/5 over 2/3, which is equal to 2/5 divided by 2/3. Keep change flip. 2/5 times 3 over 2, 6 over 10. I'm going to divide by 2, which is 3 over 5, and that is my answer. Okay guys, so this change the percent to a fraction and simplify. This is something that kids struggle with normally, so you might want to write this down. So what I have is 62 and 2/3%, which is 66, my bad, and 2/3 per 100. And then I'm going to solve it just like I did A. Okay, so I'm going to popcorn this. 66 times 3 plus 2 is 200. Where'd my, there we go. 200 all over 3 divided by 100 over 1. Or we can write it like this. Keep change flip. 1 over 100. I get 200 over 300. Cancel my zeros. And I get 2/3. Okay, I'm going to switch colors and do E, and then I'm probably going to have to pause to erase again. So I have 8 1/3%, which is 8 1/3 per 100. So I'm going to popcorn this. 3 times 8 is 24, plus 1 is 25 over 3, divided by 100 over 1. 25 over 3 divided by 100 over 1. Keep change flip. I get 25 over 300, and I can divide that by 25, so that's 1 over 12. Okay, I'm going to pause and then we'll do F. Okay, so last one here, besides G, I have 4 1/6%. which is 4 1/6 per 100. I'm going to have to popcorn this. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 1 is 25 over 6 divided by 100 over 1, which I can make into this. Same thing, keep, change, flip. 25 over 6 times 1 over 100 is equal to 25 over 600. And if I divide by 25, I get 24. So I kind of ran out of room over here, but this is going to be 1 over 24. Now question G says, which two properties of multiplication do we use to simplify complex fractions? Properties of multiplication. We use the inverse property when we keep, change, flip. And then I'm not exactly sure. I mean, order doesn't matter, so it could be commutative. I'm not. Interesting. Let's go on to the next page. So these are starred problems, and I'm going to go ahead and work these out. However, what I would suggest is pausing the video now, trying to work it out on your own, and seeing if you get the right answer. That will be the most helpful way to use this resource. Use a unit multiplier to convert 3.5 grams to milligrams. So we know that there's 1,000 milligrams in 1 gram, and we can write that this way as well. So when we're doing unit multipliers, we have our given times our unit multiplier is equal to our answer. Our given is 3.5 grams. We haven't chosen our unit multiplier yet, but we know we want milligrams. So if we want milligrams, that's got to be in the top. My grams cancel. I get 3.5 times 3,000, which is going to be 350. Oh, shoot. We need one more zero. There we go. Okay, let me change colors and we can do the next one. Alright, this says, number 5 says to change 6 2/3% to a fraction and simplify. So this is what we've been doing on the other page. So I have 16. Sorry, I think I said 6, but okay. 2/3%. 16 2/3 per 100. I'm going to popcorn this. So 3 times 16 plus 2 is 50. So I have, where's my little dot? I've lost it. There it is. Okay, 50 over 3 divided by 100. Or I can write it like this. So keep, change, flip. 50 over 3 times 1 over 100, which is equal to 50 over 300, which is 5 over 30, divide by 5, 1/6. Okay, so these are positive and negative numbers that we are multiplying and dividing. I've lost my cursor thing again. Okay, we need a new color. There we go. So here I have a negative divided by a negative. The rules for multiplying, if they are the same sign, it's positive. If they are different, it's negative. So here we have the same sign, negative 60 divided by negative 12, which is going to be 5, positive 5. Here I have negative 1/2 times positive 1/2, so I know whatever I get is going to be negative. 1 times 1 is 1, 2 times 2 is 4, so I have negative 1/4. Here I have positive 40 divided by negative 8, so whatever I get is going to be negative. 40 divided by 8 is 5. And here I have two negatives so that I know that my answer is going to be positive. 1 times 1 is 1, 4 times 4 is 16. Okay. Alright, 25 is what fraction of 60? Okay, so I'm going to use my is over of here. My of is closest to my 60. My is closest to my 25. So I have 25 over 60, and we're going to have to reduce. So let's divide by 5. I get 5 over 12, and that's my answer. Let me change colors. 60 is what decimal part of 80? Okay, so we're going to do is over of on this as well. Is over of. So I have 60 over 80. 6 over 8. And to go from fraction to decimal, I divide. So I'm going to divide 6 by 8. And I get 0.75. Now, this says, how can you check your answer to A is correct? Well, you can take this to 3/4, and that's 0.75. I'm not exactly sure if you... so 60 is 80x. If you plug this into x, you should get 60. Okay. 18. A square sheet of paper with an area of 81 inches squared has a corner that is cut off, forming a pentagon. So if it has 81 inches squared, if I do the square root of 81, I get 9, which means this is 9 and this is 9. So the perimeter of the pentagon is going to be 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 9 plus 9, which is equal to 6 plus 5 plus 5 plus 9 plus 9, 34. Okay, where's my, lost it. So different color. What is the area of the pentagon? And the way that I can do this is I can find the area of the square, where it's length times width, which is 9 times 9, and that's 81. And then I can subtract out the triangle. So the area of the triangle is 1/2 base times height. So if that's 6, this is going to be 3. And that's 5, and if that's 5, this is 4. So I have 1/2, 3 times 4, which is 1/2 of 12, which is 6. So my total area is going to be 81 minus 6, which is 50. No, it's not 50 anything. Let's try 75. Okay. So how do you find the area of the pentagon? I just showed you. I took the area of the whole thing and subtracted out the purple triangle. And then number 19 says, what type of parallelogram has 4 congruent or same angles, but not necessarily 4 congruent sides? So a rectangle would be a great... Okay, that's a beautiful rectangle. All of these angles are the same, but not all the sides are the same. So that's a great parallelogram. Okay, for 21 through 24, we're going to solve these. I don't want you to go back and check them because that creates more confusion than it's worth. Here you're going to add 25 to both sides. This is going to go away. X is equal to 96 plus 25, 121. You should know how to do these right here, just from 2.5. So P comes down, P equals comes down, and then 6.25 is 2.5. I don't think I'm going to get a chance to do 22 and 24 in this video, so go ahead and hang on for part 2.